So, to be quite blunt, I'm not that close to finishing Mr. Bean or Flintstones. I honestly doubt I'll finish either of them by the end of next week. So, to hopefully make up for that a little bit, I'm going to try, keyword being try, to do more Z-Man extras. So that way, you can still get some more content on some more live streams on the channel, even if they aren't like direct season reviews. And hopefully you guys will enjoy them. Hopefully it'll tickle your fancy if you were maybe gain some content on my channel that isn't just like bros and silly tunes, which I also straight up missed two deadlines last week because I've just been so tired and it's been not fun. This has not been a fun week to be Z-Man. Hey man, what can I say? Real world stuff, bro. Being in your senior year of high school means you start to not have as much free time, unfortunately. Regardless, that is not what you're. I'm assuming most people aren't here to hear me talk about that, though. You're hearing me here. Wow, because you want to hear my time with surgery. One of the most unhappiest times of my life. God, these suck. So I guess I show you guys a bit of explanation as to what all this is even about. Okay, so the story starts kind of in my childhood, pretty much during the beginning of my life. Well, not the beginning, but like during like elementary school and especially by middle school, I did this thing where you know how people walk like you've seen people walk, right? That's not how I did it. I always walked on my tippy toes. Why? Well, to be quite honest, it kind of just felt right. That's kind of how human nature is. Sometimes you can't really explain this type of thing. It kind of just ends up happening. So, yeah, I just walk on my tippy toes, acting like there's nothing wrong with it. It felt good. My dad was always like, "Oh, Z-Man, you'll blow your Achilles heel," and I was like, "Whatever, old man. We're the future." But then I also kind of started getting worried but I didn't really say that. I really just it was difficult for me to really walk on my legs on my feet properly. So I was like, but I was also really worried about that because I'm high key a huge worrier. So I was like, oh man, gulp. So yeah, it was not great. For what it's, however, roughly around the summertime of 2024, my mom just decided, hey, let's just do something about this, because we gotta do something. We gotta make a stand. So she took me to this foot doctor, and this foot doctor was like, Z man, you need some surgery. Wait, no. Man, I'm such an idiot. I'm pretty confident I'm getting the dates wrong. I'm pretty sure it wasn't the summer of 2024. I think it was like, I believe it was sometime in either like maybe early 2024 or like late 2023. Because the summer is when I actually got the surgeries, all right? So earlier than that, like a couple months before that, was when the foot doctor's like, oh, dude, you need some surgery. You can't just, at this point, you cannot even naturally grow it. And I was like, oh, man. I was so worried, bro. One thing you should know about me as a person is that I'm a natural worrier. It could be even the smallest things. I'm like, oh, man, what am I going to do? It's one of those things I very much hate about myself, but I've never really been able to change it because just who I am as a person. So yeah. Anyways, I was just really very unhappy about that. It sucked, bro. Of course, my parents tried to tell me, "Hey, it'll be okay," but I've never experienced anything like this, man. I know, but some people who are used to it and are like, "Ah, Z-Man, what are you even talking about, bro? It's not that bad, bro." But I'm like, "It is that bad, bro." It's like I can't experience all that. But okay, so now we get to the summer of 2024, and then it happens. I get my first surgery. Here, I'm gonna try to show. I'm gonna try and show it. Can you see it? Is it showing? Hopefully it showed. And if you're asking me, Z-Man, why the fuck did you do that? Oh, well, it's because, I think you gotta best understand why I've been going through twin. So yeah, I got that surgery. God damn, it was one of the weirdest experiences of my life. I absolutely hate needles, so obviously having to get stabbed through my skin a bunch to check like my bloodstream and all that, that sucked. No one wouldn't have to be able to walk for a while. That sucked. A lot of things about the situation just sucked. And I got put under. Like, that's the first time that ever happened to me as well. I straight up just got knocked out. And yeah, I know it's for her. It's for so like I won't be hurt during the surgery. But like, Jesus, that felt so weird. It was like, ah, twin, am I gonna die? Is this the end of Z-Man? No, it wasn't the end of Z-Man. But it still wasn't happy. I still wasn't happy about it. So I got the surgery, and it was so weird trying to even just. I guess I get used to this bike. You see, it was a whole bike I had to use. I didn't use the crutches, at least for now, like a normal person, because luckily my family's upper middle class. So, sorry, poor people. I'm better than you on a financial level, probably not personality level, because I suck. So, in general, having to get used to it very much wasn't good. But especially since I have some big ass stairs I have to go climb through. I have to climb and getting out of my room and down to like the kitchen and all that. So having to hop on it while having usually my brother like grab the bike for me, that sucked. It wasn't again. I know he's been saying that a lot now, so I'm gonna try to be less repetitive, but it really wasn't good. I was so unhappy. I'm a dude who like has had depression his whole life, and this somehow sucked more than a lot of that. Dude, I remember one of the first nights when I got the surgery, and I was just like, I was on there. I was on my bed, the same one I'm sitting on right now, and I like, well, not the same one, but that's a whole different story. And I tried to climb out, but I forgot that I had surgery, so I accidentally like stepped normally. God, my foot hurt. I guess it brings me to one of the good parts though, in that for some reason I just didn't need the medication. There's all this medication prescribed to me, but I just didn't need it. I can't even explain it fully, other than I don't think it really hurt that bad. Apparently, that makes me a tough guy. I I can tell you right now that I'm usually a pussy, so I'm shocked. But hey, I mean, even though I am a pussy, I always usually try to have the belief that like just get through shit. So just get through it. I don't need to swear. Hashtag unnecessary swearing. But like you gotta get through it. You can just do it. It's all good, bro. I'm a man. I have a I have a Y chromosome. I gotta do it. Yeah. I gotta do that one poster where it's like, yeah. If you know, you know. Anyways, so yeah, even though it did stink, especially since at that time I had to go to school, and I was during my junior year, so yeah, that wasn't fun as well, having to use that damn elevator. Ugh. Not fun. Eventually, though, I got through it. It became easy. Easy doesn't automatically mean fun or enjoyable, but it sure did get easy. Eventually, though, time came where I had to take the cast off and put on a new thing, which was the cast, I'm pretty sure it was. Or I guess more so the boot. Yeah, the boot. Boot was fine. Again, I slowly was able to teach myself how to walk properly again. And this is where the crutches come in. I had to crutch around. I'm pretty sure it was the first morning when I had to use the crutches in the boot. I had to walk all the way from over where I get dropped off, all the way to the front of the school, and then I had to go all the way to like the health office just so they knew about this whole thing, and then all the way to my first block class. God, it was so painful, dude. I really didn't like that. I was so tired and exhausted. I unironically cried a little bit. because I was also because I that was a class I also wasn't doing that good in at the time, so I straight up cried, bro. I was not balling, but not balling isn't crying, but yeah, I was very much upset. Oof. Now, see, this is the problem with doing something like this. It brings up all these bad memories, bro. But hey, I'm doing this for your guys' enjoyment. I'm doing it for you, twin. Never say I don't do anything for you guys, because I very much do. Well, okay, so eventually, I actually ended up barely needing the crutches. I guess I just found it that eventually the crutches were kind of annoying to have on my arms. So I just started walking without it, and eventually I got used to it. And eventually, finally, I got to go without the boot. That was so nice, dude. That little bit where I didn't even need it anymore. God, it's my foot still hurt a little bit. Hell, back when I had the boot, I tried to go to like my June to like a school dance we had going on, and I couldn't even survive that, bro, because it was so painful. But I did get through it, and that was so nice. And you want to know what happened next, Sonny? Uh, if you asked, I got it on the other leg, then you'd be right. It's not as bad looking as the other one, but still, it's like oof, bro, oof. Mm, so painful. So yeah, this is horrible. Right when I finished the first one, me and my dad went to the doctor to see if we even needed surgery for the other foot. I did, even though my other foot was starting to naturally go down better because of my other foot, and the whole surgery thing. I still had to deal with. I still had to deal with all the problems about like, oh, the foot may eventually go back to being on tippy toes, and that won't be good. So I had to get another surgery. I had to go through the same shit I did the first time around. And then by this point, it was winter. It was December. Like, dude, winter time. I hated this so much. I guess there's at least the pro of hey, you got through it once, so you knew like all the best strats, but like doesn't mean I want to go through that shit a second time. It was so ass. Not like the good girl ass that like you enjoy having around, dude. This is like a 40-year-old who has like who needs pills so it doesn't like shit on your face. Okay, what? Time to stop this analogy now. You get the point. So yeah, it wasn't fun. Is there anything more to say really? Well, I much like the first surgery, I barely needed the crutches. I think I needed them even less this time. And surprisingly, my other foot actually did pretty well, I'd say. Despite that one also being in surgery not that long ago. By the time it was like roughly January of 2025, so it was a little over a year ago, and it was well before I even started this YouTube channel. I was finally done with all that shit. And boy, did it feel nice to just walk normally again. But this time without the whole tippy toe thing that was at the beginning of my fun little journey. Eventually, I went to physical therapy. Did very well in it, actually. I barely even needed to go there, which was nice. Overall, what is my overall opinion on it? Well, the situation obviously blows and you don't want it to happen to you. At the same time, I think me being trying to be as tough as I did, not to try not to brag here, but I think me trying to be tough about the situation definitely does help. Try to be tough about it, bro. Like it sucks. It's a bad situation, but your outlook on it can make it better. At least that's my perspective on it. So yeah, that's my overall opinion on that whole situation. Overall, would I recommend it? What do you think? Yeah. No, I don't recommend it at all. But if something like this does happen to you and you go through any type of surgery, just know that you and me have one thing in common, which is bad. Don't have things in common with me, ever. Hope you guys enjoyed me doing another one of these story time things again. I haven't done this since Jesus, a Z-Man Extras 2, which was so many months ago. I do want to make this series more than just more of an excuse for me to ramble on stuff. I mean, I know the Family Guy and American Dad video did very well, but that doesn't automatically mean I want that to be all what Z-Man Extras is. And hey, hopefully I get one more out this week. Since again, I doubt I'll be able to finish either of the shows I'm currently working on. So maybe I can finally use this series for the purpose it was meant to be. To pretty much be bonus or extra content while I make bigger videos. Or by bigger videos, I mean just reviews, bro. Thanks for watching.